Okay, so let's have a look at what essentials I think you probably will need. I always think that a good quality sketchbook is a really great way to start. Or use watercolour card. This has got watercolour card in it. This is an Indigo Blu one, and it has beautiful, very, very smooth watercolour cards. So it's very easy to stamp on. You get lots of different textures being built upon these, and it won't affect the paper at all. And I think the quality is important because you don't want to be let down by the wrong sort of paper or the wrong sort of card. So either you can actually buy these in packs or you can get yourself a journal. The lovely thing about mixed media is that you don't have to share this with anybody else. This is just your journey, your way of spending time doing art and being able to spend time just on your own, just making lots of mess, basically. And it's just about the journey. So I've got loads of stencils here. So different sizes, different shapes. Some are like solid patterns. Some are like pictorial patterns. And then I've also got some masks as well. So masks are great to use. Think of masks as actually covering up. So this is a mask as well, but this is the stencil. So you can see the difference between the two. So stencils are great for actually using in mixed media. So let's have a look at some essential products. So you need some paintbrushes. Paintbrushes are great for different things. You don't need to spend an absolute fortune when you first start, but you can get some really nice quality craft ones. You don't need to get professional. When you do get more confident, you might want to invest in a really nice set of paintbrushes, but it's probably taken me about quite a few years before I invested in these. So just get yourself a nice pack of paintbrushes. I like to use a brayer. That's always really useful for mixed media, for laying down inks and paints and things like that. A range of good quality paints. It's better to spend your money on just a few individual colours, maybe the primary colours of a red, blue and yellow, and then you can mix your own. But these are great because they are highly concentrated and they've got loads and loads of pigment in them. So these are a matte paint, which is quite popular. You can get our translucents as well, or metallics, but I can show you how to mix metallics, you see. So it's probably best just to stick with one range of matte paints. I always think Luscious is a great product because it's just the powder and it's a pigment mixed with mica, and you can use it in lots of different ways. So this is like the groundwork of a paint. So you can make this into metallic paint, you can mix it with all of your mediums, you can do so much with them. So this is a really good product to buy because there are hundreds of different uses. I won't bore you with them at the moment or confuse you with them, but this is a really good range to get and really good value for money. Also, what you're going to need is some gesso. We use gesso an awful lot in mixed media. It comes in white, black and clear. Maybe you only want to go with a white to begin with and think about getting the black and the clear later, but then soon you will find lots of different uses for these, not just putting down as a basis or a primer, but also I actually use it to stamp with and do lots of different techniques. Also, the Indigo Blu gesso is actually packed full of pigment, so I don't actually have a black paint or a white paint because I've made the gesso carbon black and titanium white so that you don't actually need to buy a white or a black paint. So it has many uses again. I use lots of sponges to stencil with, to apply paint. I actually just use kitchen sponges, or you can get art sponges which are maybe denser, which are maybe better for stenciling, but just kitchen sponges. A decent pair of scissors, spatulas, always great. A water spray. Like using water sprays as well. Those are always handy. Not essential, but you'll come to actually love water sprays. Inks. So a good quality ink. I say good quality because, again, if these are really high in pigment, which makes them really delicious colours, it also means that they are so rich that you can mix them with other things as well. So like the Luscious and like the paints, you can mix them, but it gives you different effects. So these are water-based. So these are going to give you like a watercolor effect, but you can mix them with clays and resins and also mediums and give you loads of different effects. So really nice, good quality vivid inks are a must, I would say, to have in your kit. Obviously, a good quality ink pad. My personal favourite is VersaFine and VersaFine Clair. It's worth spending a few pounds on nice ink pads. So start off with a good black and you can always go from there. But a good black is a good starting point. Now, onto mediums. Okay, what are mediums? These are basically either gels or pastes that we actually use in mixed media, and we also use in the manufacture of things like paints. So these are just incredible to use. True Grit is a texture paste which is white when it dries, and it will just give you the most beautiful textures. And in fact, that's what this is in the background here. So I use it quite a lot to give you these lovely effects, and it can be coloured. So the Slap It On Super Thick is also a texture paste, but this is smooth and it's shiny and it gives you a translucent effect that you can mix with your paints and your luscious and your inks. So this is really versatile again. It holds its shape and it looks amazing. And then we've got a good quality glue. You don't need hundreds of different glues, just one good one is good. This is Grab and Go, which is a construction glue, but it's good for papers and everything as well. So just a good quality glue, and maybe just one other Slap It On, which is our matte Slap It On. And this is good for layering paper, collaging, and sealing work, which is just superb. And finally, you might want to invest in some tag templates, especially if you just want to be doing some tags, and maybe some tearing rulers. And that's really my essential kit, ready to have a really good play with mixed media. Thanks very much for watching, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hobby Maker Tutorials. Remember, like and save as well. And for my next video, we'll be building layers with paints and inks. Thanks for watching.